I realized that, well, there's not much being done to study African American studies, the place African American studies in a global and comparative perspective. And by that, I did not mean diaspora studies. I think diaspora studies are very important, but I was not referring to looking for African descent people around the world. I was referring to looking at linkages between African Americans and others, economic, political, cultural, in an effort to de-isolate African Americans. Well, one of the dynamics of American white supremacy is the isolation, comparative isolation from which African Americans suffer. African Americans do not have a recognizable homeland from which we immigrated in recent history and with which we keep in contact. So Chinese Americans, Vietnamese Americans, Japanese Americans of Japanese ancestry, and others, Nigerian Americans, Americans who have come from Nigeria, can all go back home. They have cultural affinities. They have a recognized place of origin, specific place of origin. They can have business connections, which can empower them and be very helpful. They have a place to flee to if things in this country became untenable as a place to live, which could happen. I'm not a person who subscribes to this American nonsense of making everything positive. We're in bleak times, and we ought to accept the fact that we're in bleak times facing racist and white supremacist onslaughts.